Welcome to Two Guys, Two Questions, a chaotic, unscripted podcast.
Yeah, surprise questions with no prep.
I'm Ryan Keaton, a real estate guy who's happiest with an ocean view.
And I'm Jarrod Greer, a retro toy fanatic / loather who may or may not have a Batman cape within arm's reach right now.
You definitely do.
You don't know that.
From alligators to vibrators, superheroes to existential crisis, we cover it all.
Plus, every month we'll bring in a mystery guest and try to keep things extra unpredictable.
So if you like spontaneous conversations, French bulldogs stealing the show, and two guys who think they're funnier than they probably are, then you're in the right place.
Yep, well, enough of this. Let's do this. Two Guys, Two Questions starts now. All right, so I heard something.
Did you hear about the little one?
Yeah, heard you got a new baby.
Yes, sir.
A new grandbaby. What'd they name it?
Alani.
I don't even know. You want to say that? Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Yeah, we don't have. If we have any stalkers, great. Just fucking great.
It's public information at this point.
Yeah,
She was born.
Yeah, she was born. Ryan does have a new granddaughter. Yeah. So
Alani Nicole.
Alani Nicole. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I guess.
So just like the energy drink.
Yeah,
Alani.
that's an energy drink.
I wasn't aware until it was until she told me what the name was, and then everybody else kept bringing it up.
Oh, okay. Monster. If it's not Monster, Red Bull.
You're not. Yeah,
I'm not in the know. Mom's okay. Dad's okay.
Yep. Everybody was good, healthy, no issues.
Mom hasn't killed Dad.
No. She going home today. She was still held hostage at the hospital whenever I was probably about an hour ago. So they're hoping here shortly. So yeah, everybody's good, happy, and I'm sure ready to go home and
did
the real shit.
So you've been on vacation.
Yep.
Did Tristan go on vacation with you?
No, it was just Dixie and I, and then we got back Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then baby came on Wednesday night, I think, Tuesday night.
Yeah, maybe
23rd, whatever that day was.
You have a good time?
Did have a really good time. It was fantastic. Beach house. We were right across the street from the beach, brand new.
Right in your element.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, we had pretty good weather, so I mean we got lots and lots of beach time. Probably would have been your personal hell, but I was in heaven.
Yep, got sand between your toes and in your crack.
I cannot wait till we finally buckle down and do this little two guys trip.
Oh,
where each of us gets to pick the day. Gonna make your ass sit on a fucking beach and just
that I mean that really is my personal hell, to be honest. I asked Katrina the other day. I don't remember where we were. We were somewhere, and we were within driving distance of the ocean. I said, "You want to go to the beach?" That's just me trying to be nice, and she said, "Yes, but not with you." I thought, fuck.
So she wants to go enjoy the beach, not listen to bitching.
Not listen to me bitch about it. Yeah, I kind of made me feel like an asshole, really. But I
mean, you don't like the beach. I feel like that's part of the asshole definition.
Yeah, but I get it. I totally get it. Where'd you go?
Florida? We went to Mexico Beach in Florida.
Oh, Mexico Beach, Florida. I don't even. Where is that? Gulf side?
It's Gulf side. It's probably an hour, a little bit more south, I guess, than of Destin. Very close to Panama City.
Yeah.
So, water was freaking-tastic. I mean, you could walk straight off the beach, straight into the water, straight get your bits, nothing. You never had to pause or nothing. The water was just so comfortable.
No seaweed.
No, it's beautiful.
That'd be neat. Yep, that'd be neat.
What you been up to this week?
Man.
What good's happening in your world?
Woo. It's been a doozy of a couple weeks.
I will just say, whenever I walked in and first saw you, you look freaking exhausted or
beat,
just
dude.
Getting over a sickness.
No.
You look like somebody who's just beat the shit out of you.
I'm beat. First off, nobody knows this, but we usually record on Thursday nights, and it's now Friday night because Ryan had a baby last night, or a grandbaby last night. But anyway, so I was at the warehouse working all day today and just got home. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes before you, not time to take a shower or do anything. But so I am quite honestly very exhausted. It's been a real eventful couple weeks for me. We also took a week off in recording, but that doesn't matter either. But so I've got 2 weeks worth of shit to tell you about. Oh man, this is gonna get. So I got to back up. We've never talked about this, but I had a customer in the store over the last couple of years that would consistently come in the store, and he'd be standing looking at comics, and he'd piss in my floor. We called him the Mad Pisser. He did it once, and we thought, well, he's had an accident, whatever. Then it happened a second time, and we don't have a public restroom in the store, so one of my employees took him aside and very nicely said to him, if we have a restroom, if you're having a medical issue or, something like that, just let us know. We'd be happy to let you use the restroom while you're here. And then, 2 days later, dude comes in, stands in front of the comics, and just blatantly pisses in the floor.
What the hell?
So we banned him from the store.
Yeah, I was
of course.
Say,
I mean, third time's a charm. Fuck you the second time.
I applaud you for giving him 3.
Yep. Third time's a charm. We put him out of the store. Come to find out, he's done it. He had done it in several stores around town. I'm not going to go into too much because I don't want to identify this guy too much. He is now, but suffice to say, he had a stroke 5 or 6 years ago, and they said that prior to the stroke, he was a really good dude, but the stroke changed him, not really physically, but mentally. And from all accounts, everybody I've talked to said it just made him an asshole. It just made him do stupid shit.
Yeah.
Fast forward a year since I've seen him probably, I got a call from a woman who said, my first cousin just passed away, and we're cleaning out his estate, and there's all these comics and stuff. So we go there. It's his house. It's the Mad Pisser's house.
What the hell?
Yeah. So it was 900 fucking degrees that day and no air conditioning in his house. So we spent the day sweating our balls off trying to get stuff out of his house. He died in the house with no air conditioning. It was a thing, man. It was not a wonderful scenery. But one of my employees is a trooper. She's just right in there fucking digging for shit. Just digging for shit. My son went with us, and he was like, this guy died in his bedroom. So nobody went in the bedroom except the one girl that works for me, and she was like, I don't care. Fuck it, I'm going in there. But my son decided he was going to go look in his closet because, of course, he's into vintage clothes.
Yep.
He goes in there, and he steps 1 foot in the room, and I guess his foot slipped a little bit, and he was like, nope, I'm out. I'm done.
That was it.
Never going back in that room again. That felt very weird.
Whatever treasures are in there,
just going to fucking
trapped.
stay there. Yep. Stay in there forever.
X marks the spot.
Yeah. Anyway, it turned out to be a really cool find of stuff. He had all kinds of cool stuff. I paid his family very well for them, enough to get him buried and all that stuff. So they were ecstatic. They were really kind of freaked out with, I guess he died with, here's another thing. I'm going to say this. Dude dies with basically no money. Not no money, but I don't pretend to know his entire financial situation, but suffice to say there was no money set aside to bury him. Okay, so he had not enough money to have a plan, let's say that. I sold a couple $1,000s worth of junk I dug out of his garage the next week, 4 or 5 days later. And I was like, okay, this stuff was just in the trash with your garage with the trash.
Did you flash forward? Is that what you're trying? Is that where you're going with this?
No, not really. I'm just saying, dude had all kinds of means to make money.
I was just saying that for yourself, that you're going to have a whole warehouse.
Oh, fuck, yes, 100%.
You had $2 million debt and $25 million in inventory.
And shit. Yeah. I was actually sitting in the middle of my office today looking around going, I have too much shit. What am I going to do with all this shit? But Anyway, it was just a real interesting and eye-opening situation. This dude literally died in his house, surrounded by his stuff, and then some asshole like me.
It's pretty much your grandma's shit.
Yeah.
Flashback to that episode.
Pays to bury him
Yeah.
for his shit. Whatever. It was not. I guess it was a real weird mix of emotions because I got no joy out of the situation whatsoever. I was there with
like you normally do.
Yeah. I was there with his family, and it was kind of solemn, and I was trying to be sure that they had the tools they needed to get done what they needed to get done and all that. But at the same time, we're finding cool stuff. So it's like, sucks, but here we are. And this fucking guy pissed in my floor.
Three times.
Yeah, so it's
three times.
At that point, I was already fuck that guy.
So I take that as maybe karma's been good to you.
Yeah.
You were not terrible to the person about doing that.
Yeah.
You gave him 3 shots.
Yeah.
Finally, you had to draw a line in the sand.
Yeah.
But karma said, you know what, big guy, we'll give you some good stuff.
We'll give you some stuff. And I'll bury the guy that pissed in my floor. I don't know. It was, it's like I said, it was just a real interesting thing.
That should be the title of your book. I buried a guy that pissed in my floor. Memoir by Jarrod.
Yeah, that could be it. I don't know. That's good. I like that. I don't know if we've talked about it specifically, but me and some people have talked about what my book title will be one day.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. And then, so we took some of his stuff and went and did a little convention in Dayton, Ohio. So it's a weekend of my life I'll never get back. I went to Dayton, Ohio for a weekend. But I sold a lot of stuff and bought a really good comic collection on top of the dead guy shit. It's been a stellar couple weeks, and I'm completely moved out of my old office and now into the new building. I'm starting to move out of the old warehouse. That's going to be a thing. Yeah, so we're planning in my own estate sale, in my own moving sale in my warehouse. So that's where we're at.
Sweet.
Hit me. Your turn. You go first.
All right. Well, it's interesting the conversation.
Yep.
Because there was a couple different questions, and either one of those questions would line right up in that. But
oh, okay.
But I think the one I'm going to go with is, and it goes to the business.
Okay.
It goes to the fact of being tired. But the idea is that you've got 1 year of good health.
Yep.
Perfect health.
And
or good health that you're ever going to have for the rest of your life. You've got 1 more year of it. Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do during that year? But the caveat is absolutely nothing is going to be done with your business. Your business is going to cruise on. It's taken care of. So whenever you get done with this year, you can come back and start doing your work shit if you want. But when you get done with this year, you're coming back to the business being as good or better. So in other words, you don't have to worry about the business.
I got a year to do shit.
Yep.
Like, doesn't matter.
What are you going to do? Who are you going to see?
But you said I had a year of good health. Does that mean at the end of the year I'm croaking or I'm getting hit by a bus? Or
it is no, you're not dying. It's just you're going to have the best health that you can possibly have. So go do whatever your bucket list is, because you don't know what's going to happen after that, and you don't have to work because your business is fucking rocking.
I'm probably just going to try to see the world.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go.
What's a couple of the big hit items?
I still want to see Europe. I want to go to Italy. Probably want to go to Africa. I want to go see the fucking pyramids. I want to do all the shit that...
Side tangent on that.
Okay.
Does any part of like the pyramids and the Colosseum... So anytime that I had ever seen those in books or on TV or anything to that effect, it is like this... Oh my gosh, grand thing that is, and not that it's not this grand thing.
Oh, they're a fucking tourist trap. Guarantee it.
But like the Coliseum is literally sitting beside a major interstate.
Yeah.
So you just rip right past it.
That pisses me off to think about that.
And now, because I watch a lot of documentaries and things like that, so if you scan back from like the pyramids, they're off the thing, but they're not half a mile or something from like a whole
metropolitan Cairo, I guess.
So side tangent. Go ahead.
No, I
blew
totally agree
my
with
mind
that.
To start time.
Part of one of the things on my bucket list is Leaning Tower of Pisa. And, you know, I have a picture of that in my mind, but also I've seen real pictures of it on the internet, and I think it's like, you know, it could be the third story walk up of fucking my garage out here or something. It's not huge and grand or any of that shit, I don't think. So, you know, lots of those things are disappointing to me when I go see them, but at the same time, I want to see them.
Yep.
I reserve the right to be disappointed, but I'm going to go look at the big fucking hole. You know, I'm going to go look at the Grand Canyon.
Yep.
And I'm bitchy and I'm old and I'm cranky and I'll say, yeah, it's just a big fucking hole. But I'm glad I went and saw it. I'm glad I went and saw it. Yeah. Probably makes most of the people around me's life miserable.
Hence the not with you to the beach.
Right. Yeah. But to get more to your point, I'm going to sit down for 2 days of the year or 3 days of the year with ChatGPT probably, and I'm going to plot a fucking year's worth of trips. You know, if I can do it, and money's no object and all that, I'm just gonna go fuck off for a year, and I'm probably gonna try to see a mix of tourist traps and nature and all that sort of things. I want to do one of those fucking European river cruises, even though I don't like boats. By the way, did I ever tell you my whale watching story?
No.
My ex-wife, love her heart, Jamie made me go on a whale watching tour one time out in Long Beach, California. And it was fucking cool, okay? There were whales. Those were big sumbitchin' whales. All that. But I have never been so sick in my life. I fed the whales by sitting on the edge of the boat and throwing up repeatedly in the fucking ocean. Me and one other poor lady was sitting on the back of the boat puking, which they told you before we ever left the dock that if you get sick, go sit on those steps at the back of the boat. It doesn't move as much as the rest of the boat. Plus, if you have to throw up, you're feeding the fish.
You're right there.
Yeah, you're right there. And I was there for an hour. It was the most miserable hour in my life. I looked up, they were all like, if you look off the left side of the boat, you'll see a fucking whale. And you look off and you go, oh, whale. Blah. So it was miserable. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
But the European river cruise, I really want to do. I'm just scared I'll get sick. And then I'm stuck on a boat for like.
Well, they got medicine for that. They had medicine for that, and they got...
Yeah, but the medicine for that, I think, is Dramamine. It just fucking knocks your ass out, so you sleep through it, right?
No, Dixie has the same issue with, like, movement. So, like, when we go on cruises and those kind of things, she will get, like, there's a little patch that you put basically on the back behind your ear. And it works. Does well for her. So, that, and then I had gotten her, like, these little wristbands that have, like, pressure points. Mm-hmm. And they literally just... It looks like a 1980s like sweatband type thing, but it has a pressure point type thing in a certain spot on your wrist, and it helped.
I'm skeptical. But is that voodoo? No. Is there some medical science behind wearing Tommy Copper or whatever?
I think that, I don't know about the copper, but I mean, I think there is stuff with 100% on pressure points. That is something that I have witnessed at different times with myself personally. It's like, I've got some certain issue, and I got lucky and went to the right person that knew the right button to push. Yeah. But the thing that works the best for her, that I definitely, if you're going to ever be on a boat and that's an issue for you, I would get they're just little patches you can put behind your ear that a doctor basically prescribes, and it is she doesn't have any issues, period.
I will try that. I will definitely ask my doctor and try that, because motion sickness has cost me a lot over the years. Like I don't ride in cars, period.
Yep.
If I'm in a car, I'm driving, period.
Yep.
And airplanes don't seem to bother me, but man, boats do, and trains. Like going to New York and riding the subway, I'm done. If they say we're gonna go see, fucking the Empire State Building or whatever, and we have to ride the train for 3 minutes, there's no point in me going, because I'll be so sick by the time we get there, I won't be able to.
So it's just any motion that's not where
it's
you got to
start and stop
position.
Buses, whatever. Yeah. But it's mostly, I think, the start and stop and this thing all the time or whatever.
Definitely get you those patches in, because that's going to be money. It's going to change your world.
Yeah, I sounds like it could, for real. I was just under the impression that the only thing that was out there for it was just shit that knocked you out and made you go to sleep.
Now, I will tell you that, like, Dixie at one point had, like I said, she gets these every time we go on a cruise. She'd put one on, and she'll usually put it on there, and basically, I don't know what happened, but she'd forgot. Because they'll last about 2 days or a day and a half or something like that. You can leave them on there. And she had let it stretch too far and started feeling a little, and couldn't remember. She's like, well, I don't understand why I feel bad. And she's like, oh, crap, my little thing fell off. Put one on. Now, because she had allowed it to get, like, in other words, you don't want to get on the boat, get the shit going, and then put that on and think it's going to fix it. You got to do it there before. So, but so what else? What else you're doing besides
that? Could change my life for sure. You know, like I said, I'm just gonna see the fucking world. If you told me I had a year where I didn't have to do anything related to my business, I would want to see the world, but I'm gonna say 90 days in, I would be plotting what other business to start.
Well, I guess at least at that point you got 9 months to get it going.
Yeah. I do know myself that well. You know,
it'd probably be the best business you ever did because you wouldn't be distracted. You're not allowed to work or do anything with your other one.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I'm
anybody you want to see? Any things you're going to rush out there? I mean, hell, we just lost our man Ozzy.
I know it. I was really pissed off the other day because that was one autograph I don't have. I've got autographs.
And you were a wrestling fan too, right?
Hulk Hogan. I have Hulk Hogan autographs, but I had no Ozzy autographs, and I really wanted Ozzy on a baseball, but I never got around to getting it. Man, concerts. I'm the oldest person at every concert I go to. I'm the guy that is like, can we all not just sit down and watch this show? It pisses me off so bad. I went to the fucking Eagles one time, and I thought,
you telling me
oh, can I tell you the story?
Yeah.
Okay, and fucking old people in front of me standing up, man.
That's what you do at a concert. Nobody sits at a concert.
Fuck that.
The only concert that I've ever sat at was whenever I went and watched Lady Gaga, and she was doing jazz. It was she was doing she did like a mixture. So it was more of a jazz-oriented set that she did out in Vegas, but she mixed some of her other songs in there with it and kind of did it in a jazz. It was really cool, but that was the vibe. That was the atmosphere. Everybody's just kind of chilling.
Sitting down, drinking your wine, watching
listen to Lady Gaga.
That could be fun. That was in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and it was bonkers because at one point she just had to prove, hey, I'm still Lady Gaga. Mm-hmm. So she shut the music off, didn't use a mic, and it's a big-ass venue that we're in, and sings a fucking song. And I mean, granted, the volume is a little bit lower, but there's not one word you didn't catch. You caught everything. I mean, it was just amazing what she was able to do. I mean, we were close, but you could tell everybody was hearing it.
Yeah. That Lady Gaga makes me feel old, and I'll tell you why. Because I was a full-grown fucking adult when Lady Gaga was brand new, and you hear them talk about her like she's 900 years old and was around when Elvis was or whatever.
Well, it's because our music
is
classic
the greatest
rock.
She's the greatest of all time and all this shit. Yeah. And that's great, she is, but I don't know. It just makes me feel old because I was just an adult when she hit the scene. And
I think a lot of those, I mean, NSYNC, all the boy bands for the most part were come along during ours. And
they're classics.
I remember when Britney Spears was just hot and young and not batshit crazy.
Is she crazy?
I don't know. She might just be fucking brilliant.
She's fucking crazy.
I think she's crazy, but she must be just brilliant too, because she still has people just she's got all the eyes on her that she ever wants.
You follow her on Instagram or TikTok or anything?
I can't go that far. I see her shit enough because it just filters out to other stuff.
She just does weird dances like every day, and they're weirdly robotic or something. I don't know. I don't know. Fucking weird. Not attractive at all, even. But I don't know. That's the question. I don't have anything interesting to add to this other than I'm going to go see every fucking country I can mark off a list. Man, I wish I could think of something I always wanted to do and never made time for. I mean, there's a million things, but I'm going to go. I mean, I've not only have I got a list of countries I'm going to see, I have a list of critters that I want to find in the wild, or snakes that, around the country, because I'm a weirdo and I like to look at snakes.
So you're going to be like a birder, except for a snaker.
Yeah, there's a book that was published years ago. Let's try to see if it's sitting over there. No. It's called The Snake Lover's Life List. And basically the book is a fucking list of all the snakes in the country. Yeah. And when you find one, you write down, hey, I found this thing under a fucking rock in Minnesota or whatever. And that's the whole point of the book. Yeah. I'd probably try to work on that some, just because it seems like something to do.
I think it'd be kind of something cool that grandkids and things of that nature at some point down the line would go, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is that alone is an excuse to see the country or the world. It's like, well, I want to go find this fucking snake, and it's only found under these 14 different rocks in the middle of Nevada. Here we go.
Yeah, so I'm going to North Dakota today.
Yeah. Have you seen the guys that? I just found out this was a thing. There are people who just look at Google Earth all day long, and they find something on Google Earth out in the middle of the desert, and they go, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that white thing that looks like a cross or whatever out in the middle of the desert for no fucking reason whatsoever? And then they just get in the car and go there and say, it's just a fucking boat somebody abandoned.
It was just a cross.
It's just a fucking cross. Somebody must have got bit by a fucking Gila monster here and died.
And the fact that, those Google pictures are usually little holes.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? There's a highway here?
Yeah. But I thought the other day, well, that'd be fun. I don't know why. It's just an excuse to go somewhere or do something.
God, if somebody would actually find that shit for you and just almost like a scavenger hunt, that would be kind of fun. Just like, all right, well, let's go see what this shit is.
Have you ever given any thought to treasure hunting? Because I think that'd be real fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like dedicate Oak Island. Have you ever seen that show? Mm-hmm. The Curse of Oak Island? Dedicate the next year of your life to finding some abandoned treasure that you read about in a book one time on this fucking island.
Yeah. To me, I think that would almost have to be something where you had the right. I don't know that I would enjoy that myself.
Yeah.
For one, I don't know that I get the patience and the that my brain works.
No, I think
that a puzzle put that. I think talking through, I like those would be more fun for me if I was going to do something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I can see myself really getting into that. I'm really good at getting down internet rabbit holes and researching the balls off of something. I think it's a function of somehow of my ADD that I can hyper focus on something for a while. We got out of the dead guy's house. We got a bunch of weird art that I spent at 3:00 in the morning. The other morning, I was sitting here just browsing or dealing with the internet, trying to identify stuff, and I had a lot of fun doing that, solving mysteries, especially when you've got like a stack of, say, hypothetically, a stack of art, and you're going through it, and you're trying, okay, let's research that one for 30 minutes. And then you go, oh, okay, that's exactly this. So that's a little win, you get a morsel of redemption, or whatever. That's fun. But so I can think, like, we're in Eastern Kentucky, Carter City, you know where that is, right? There's supposed to be a fucking huge treasure of Confederate gold somewhere up in the hills in Carter City. I don't remember the story. I wish I did. I'll have to Google it and tell it to you next time or something. But anyway, somebody abandoned like a fuck ton of gold in Carter City back in right after the Civil War, I think. And people been looking for that shit for years, and I think that would be fun to set and dedicate the time and energy to trying to find that. And you find one little piece, and you go, oh, okay, I found $12 worth.
I tell you, you ever seen Without a Paddle?
No, I know what it is, but no, I haven't seen it.
That is fantastic.
Okay.
But that's essentially what that is. A group of friends that were kids, and they all get back together, and they go looking for this treasure. Okay. Yeah. They're actually going to look for D.B. Cooper's treasure. Oh. That story. Yeah. So
I love that story. I'm fascinated with D.B. Cooper.
You should watch that if you need just a good mind-numbing, because it's just the shit they go through, and then,
Do you think they've identified D.B. Cooper yet? Have you watched any of the documentaries?
I've watched a lot of them. I don't know if they have or not, man. It seems like that. I'm trying to remember I don't even remember what the guy's name is, but it seems like they may have uncovered him. But it's funny if you watch those, it's like they convince you. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you get that, and we figured it out after blah 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 blah.
Yeah. I can be convinced by a documentary easy, like Making a Murderer. Okay, they convince me both ways in that show. You know, they spend one episode convincing you he's guilty, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that guy. And then they'll spend the next episode telling you, no, he couldn't have done it because of this. Oh, you're exactly right. I am very influential with a documentary.
You know, the funny thing is, though, because I'm the same way. I know exactly what you're talking about, where you get down that, especially those ones that are like a 3-part series where you're like, got one version, 2 version, 3.
Yeah.
But I tell you, the funny thing that has made me do is that's probably made me give situations more grace. Oddly enough, to where, like, if someone is shitty or somebody, something happens, I, for whatever, was like, oh, there's probably more to this story. And I start trying to figure out, okay, how can I let this person off the hook a little bit in this particular situation?
I saw something the other day that said, if you find yourself, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but basically, if you're disappointed with people a lot, you have to understand that that's not their problem. That's a you problem. It's not that they're shitty or they're different. They just have a different set of priorities than you do. It's your priority to be dead on time. It's not their priority. Yeah. And they don't have to, it's not their job to see things the way you see it either.
Yeah. That's always tough.
I know it's super tough. It's super tough, but especially because we're, you're pounded in specifically the being on time thing, you're pounded, punctuality is a strong suit or whatever. But some people that don't make a shit. When I was in South America, like they don't say I'll meet you at 1:15. They say I'll meet you midday. You're supposed to do that. Okay, when the fuck are you going to show up?
What's midday? That's relative.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Because when they're late, they say, I told you midday. Fucker.
That's the reason. It's funny, a lot of times whenever I'm meeting with clients, they will, it's like, I want to keep this as cheap as possible. Or it's like, oh, I want to make an offer, but I don't want to offend them. And I'm like, numbers are relative.
Yeah.
I can't decipher what that means for you. Mm-hmm. It's like, to me, if you say, I want to offer a little bit less, I'm thinking $3,000 or $4,000. But your relative on that is, I'm thinking it's 10 or 15.
Yeah, because like
what?
And I know you've been frustrated with me a few times over that sort of thing, but I live in a world where if you want to buy this, or if you want to sell me this Dr. Pepper, I'm going to say, what do you want for it? And you're going to say, I want $10, and I'm going to offer you $4.
Yeah. And
hope to settle at $6.
I wouldn't say frustrated. I would just think that you're trying to do apples in an orange world.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. I looked at a comic book the other day, and me and the guy agreed that it was a $90,000 book, and I said, what do you want to get for it? He said, well, I'd like to get as close to 90 as I can. And I said, well, I'd pay 55. And he says, I probably couldn't do that.
That's not close enough to 90.
And I didn't buy it, but it wouldn't have shocked me if he'd have said, well, I'd take 60.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the reason I never, someone says they want to offer something, I'm like, this could bite you in the tail, and here's why, because of just knowing how the industry works.
Yeah.
But
also,
I'll take whatever ride you want to ride.
Yeah. Also, there's a difference in actual real estate too, because you don't really have the ability to just kind of go back and forth 40 times, and that's, realtors have taken that out of it. I understand. Yeah. Because it's your job to say, well, if you make too shitty an offer, they're just going to tell you to fuck off and all that. And I don't know, but because there's a piece of paper involved with that back and forth every time.
Yeah, a lot of paper.
Yeah, whole lots of bullshit. It's not like I can say 7 and you can say 9 and I say 8. And, so, that takes a lot of the fun out of it. I like to take a massive fucking deal. Let's say $100,000 comic book, and reduce that to buying a lawnmower at the flea market. Nothing makes me happier than doing that.
I don't enjoy. It's just whatever. What the fuck does it cost? What is give me the best deal, and does that deal make sense in my head?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the back and forth. I just like taking great big deals, and especially when people think they're big deals and think they're important and think they're whatever. How much do you want for that building? $7 million. Yeah, I'll give you 2.5. Whatever. I'm especially bad to do it on leases. Every lease I've ever negotiated, I try to ask for something stupid in just to see if I can get it. I find that to be just a little personal side quest or a giggle. Yeah. When I leased the bookstore up in Pullman, I asked them to throw in a statue of a hot dog man. Because they had one there, and I saw it in a window of a storage unit.
Did you get it?
I said, I want that hot dog man. I did not end up getting the hot dog man because he didn't own it. He said, if I owned it, it's yours. Yeah. But he didn't own it, so it wasn't his to give me. I still see it all the time, and it pisses me off every time I see it. But I did end up asking for a few stupid things that they came through with. So
I got a family member that will go to like a yard sale.
Yeah.
And something will be sitting there, and it's a quarter.
Yeah.
She's like, give you a dime.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I had, this is at BotCon, which is a giant Transformers convention. I'm going to say this is 2016 or 15 or 16. I had a huge big bin of little pieces and parts to Transformers. And this is the dumbest thing ever. And it was like, weapons and shit that people lose. So and they were, I think they were $1 a piece. Anyway, kid walks up and he's digging through it. He's not a kid. He's a grown-ass fucking man. But guy walks up and he's digging through it. And he spends a fucking hour digging through this thing, picks up a piece, and says, would you take 50 cents for this? And I said, no, because I'm a grown-ass man, and so are you. And I have no intentions of taking or giving quarters in a transaction. And it pissed him off bad. But that's where I'm at. I'm not going to dicker with you over fucking quarters.
You lost your 2 quarters and he walked away and you were okay with that.
Yeah, I was completely okay with that. Yeah. That said, I don't know. I'm really torn on it because
I'm hearing you talk out of both sides of your mouth. I'm hearing.
As I said here, I'm analyzing myself and I'm saying, I love to fucking bargain with people, but I don't like it when people do it with me.
Yeah.
That makes me a fucking bigger asshole, I think. Yeah.
You're checking them off, man.
Yeah.
Box.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that most people, when they price their shit, and it doesn't work in real estate, again, it doesn't translate. When most people price their shit, if they say, I'm going to sell this can, they're going to overprice it because they intend for someone to negotiate.
Well, I think that's the world you live in, and that's a conversation, in all honesty, that a lot of times I have to have with sellers.
Yeah, when I sold my last house, I was like, I want to list it too much and see what kind of offers we get. And you said, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, because you will 100% make less money.
Yeah.
Because by the time you start falling it off and you get down to where the market's at.
Yeah.
But I mean, in your world, I feel like you're dead on. If something, you would take $1 for something, you're going to ask for 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Just to see if you can get $1.25.
Yeah. Nope, no quarters. Fucker, we're going for $2.
You going 2 or 1?
We did this past January, in my store, in my comic shop. It's like been a thing for 100 years. When dudes go into a comic shop, they expect there to be dollar boxes. They expect there to be boxes of comics that they can dig through and buy anything in the box for $1. It's just a thing. It's in almost every fucking comic shop in the world has had dollar boxes. I come up with the fucking philosophy this year that dollar comics are the only thing in the real world that hasn't seen inflation in 50 years, or whatever. So we just did away with dollar boxes, and all of I have $2 boxes now. All of my dollar boxes are now $2 boxes. And we've sold just as many comics for twice as much money, and I fucking love it. Mostly because everybody told me it wouldn't work. And I said, well, if it don't work, as long as it works half as good, we're
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
If I sold 10 last year and I sell 5, we're cooking.
Yeah, we're cooking. We're doing great. We got more shit and the same amount of money. But it's worked really well, and people don't seem to bat an eye at it. Generationally, do you think, because old people are the worst, and I'm putting myself in that category, 50-year-old dudes and up are the worst to want to negotiate. Do you think that's something, but Jackson won't do it hardly. Do you think that's something that kids, I guess, is phasing out of our society?
I think so. I mean, I don't want to negotiate.
Yeah.
I don't.
Have you ever found, this is another thing.
I mean, like on little things. I mean, like you get a car, or, whatever, something like that. I mean, I'm going to try to do somewhat, but if I'm having to go back and forth and I'm trying to save 50 cents or $10, I'm just like, I'm wasting more because I honestly look at things that like time value of money.
Cars are the one thing I don't like to negotiate on because it's such a pain in the fucking ass.
If I have to never buy another car, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Jack, my youngest son, he doesn't really negotiate with people. He hates to ask to buy something for less. That said, it does aggravate me when people walk in my stores and ask for, I see this says $9.99. Would you take $7? That pisses me off because they won't do it at Walmart, but they'll do it to me. Mm-hmm. And I don't do it at retail establishments. I just don't.
But I think that goes again back to the culture and the business, the life you chose.
Yeah. I do it at the flea market for sure. Yeah. And I'll do it out in somebody's attic or basement or a dead guy's house. I'll definitely negotiate, but I won't do it at a retail establishment because I know how much labor and rent costs. Yeah. And that's the thing I think a lot of people don't understand. When you go into a retail store and you buy this thing for $2, you really paid $1 for the thing and $1 for the electric bill and the building rent and the fucking person that sold it to you.
Yeah.
And you're people say, well, I can get it on eBay for $1. Well, you're holding that one in your hand because the lights and the electric bill and the guy brought it there to you. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't do it in retail, but I definitely do it in a lot of other situations. But old people are the worst, dude.
But I think the funny thing is that people a lot of times when they use that, they're very convenient with their information. Oh, yeah. So, they'll like, oh, I can find that for $1 on eBay. Yeah, but you've got 70 cents worth of fees and taxes and da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm 50 cents higher, 25 cents higher, and you get to walk out of here with it.
Yeah. I guess that's the business model that has made my stores work. We try to aggressively price everything or price things to sell. But people, I'm still probably, you can probably find anything in my store slightly cheaper online if you look for it long enough, Yeah. I'm not even ashamed to say I can't compete with Amazon for books, I can't, I just can't. If I had to, I'd just be out of business tomorrow. I'm there because I provide something fun to do on a Friday evening, come bathe in nostalgia in my store. Hopefully buys $7 Labubu or something from me. Yeah. $27.
Did you go get your Labubus?
No, I'm over them. We're completely over it. Everybody in the fucking world's doing it now, and it pisses me off. It was fun when I was the only game in town. But now, and it's a race to the bottom, okay? So the margins were really good on them when I was the only game in town. Now it's like every fucking 7-Eleven and every person that ever tried to flip anything has them for sale, and the price just keeps going down. So,
did I tell you that while we were on vacation, we were playing putt, and there was this girl that went by. There was a girl in front of us, or actually, there was like 6 or 8, 20-ish people, and 20-year-olds in front of us. 3 of them were girls, and 2 out of those 3 girls had like just a whole row all around their purse was like 4 or 5 Labubus, and I was like, I would have never noticed that before. Yep. And then I sent you the picture. Yeah, you didn't comment of the.
Was that in the
no-name bookstore?
Unnamed bookstore. Yeah. Anyway, all right. This is not. I think you and I have talked about this a little bit over the years, but I want to nail down on it a little bit. Okay, so you have a time machine. Where are you going, and what are you bringing back? Are you going to the future and bringing something cool back from the future to prove it's going to exist later? or are you going to go to the future and get knowledge, or are you going to go to the past and buy something and get something that you know is going to be valuable in the present? Would you rather see the past? Let's start here. Would you rather see the past or the future?
I think I would rather see the future.
Yeah.
Because I want to leave the fucking past in the past. It is learn from whatever I've done. You know, I don't know that I'd go back and change anything, because I don't know that I want the ripple effect. And I mean, I think all the shit that happened to me has made who I am today.
Yeah.
But I would probably, I guess in that scenario, I would probably try to go to the future, learn what I can to live a longer, prosper life. That way I have more than 1 year of good health.
Can you go to the future without creating some weird paradox? I mean, because now when you come back, you know what the future is, and it's gonna affect your decision making.
Marty McFly somehow pulled it off.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, I'd have to go back and watch that again. I was just thinking real quick, I think anything you learn in the future fucks you up.
Hot Tub Time Machine, Manny went into the future and went back and became a rock star.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that movie either.
It's pretty good.
This is 2 comedies in a row I've never seen. So you're going to the future. You're going to gain what you can gain. Do you use it for financial gain? Do you go to the future and see the lottery numbers?
I would probably want to go more for... I mean, yeah, while I'm there, might as well pick some up, just go ahead and get some additional funds. But
right, yeah. You got to fund a time machine.
I figure out what the next, what Apple or Amazon is coming right now that I didn't didn't see coming.
Stocks probably pay off better than the lottery would.
Yeah.
Really, if you knew what you were watching.
I
found a fucking note.
I'd want to know what health things that, has kind of been uncovered, and see if there's any way to get in on some of that stuff now.
I found a piece of paper the other day where in 2007, I wrote down a bunch of stocks that I should buy.
Really?
Yes. In 2007. And fucking NVIDIA was one of them, and Google was one of them in 2007. And neither one of those were a surprise then. But why the fuck didn't I buy them in 2007 when I was thinking I should?
Did you look and see what the stock price was?
Did you go down that far? I don't want to know that, really. But it's safe to say both of them are safely gajillion times higher than they were back in the day, back in 2007.
How do you uncover something from 2007?
Dude, I keep everything, man.
You are very old in that perspective.
Yeah,
if you've got like notes.
Yeah, I'm moving right now, so I'm going through boxes of papers and shit like that. But yes, I have. Man, back in about 2007 or 2008, I put a thing on. Hell, I think it was MySpace at the time. Might have been Facebook by 2007 for me. I can't remember when I transitioned from MySpace to Facebook, but either way, and said, okay, if we're friends and you can hammer down any date that we did any specific thing back in the day, I'd love to know it. Can you tell me any specific date? Like you and I, pick a memory. Okay, we did this thing at fucking, we tore down Motel Hill. Can you hammer down the exact date of that?
No, I am not. That's Will Arnett plays that game all the time. He is. You say 1992, yeah, and I can't do that.
I can. I have an amazing.
I can ballpark it.
Yeah, I have an amazing memory of things we did, but I can't put them in the correct chronological order.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that some of my friends would say, "Oh yeah, we graduated high school on this date." And then I could start piecing together a timeline. Okay, I know we were in high school when we did this. We were out of high school when we did that. So, or whatever. I used to keep a date planner with all kinds of shit written down in it. Man, I'm glad I don't have that anymore because I wrote down some shit now. It always scares me thinking about where that ended up because I don't know what happened to it.
Let's hope it's burned.
Yeah, but I kept that from like 96 through like 96, 97. Anyway, that was crazy times. But I would love to be able to piece together a good timeline of my past and then keep building it going forward. But I keep everything, dude. I keep every stupid piece of paper. I open a random drawer and it's like a bill from '04 or whatever, which is why I have 2 fucking warehouses sitting full of shit right now. Yeah. And I can't find my Social Security card or birth certificate. That's the biggest thing. I've been going, I need to get a real ID. Because I have one of the old Kentucky IDs that doesn't have the little star on it.
But you have a passport. So
I have a passport, but still, I feel like I need a real ID because it's the law. You're supposed to have one now.
Not if you have a passport.
Well,
real ID or passport.
I know, but I still feel like I need one.
I want one, damn it.
I want one, damn it. I don't want to be one of these people without one. But
I want a star.
Yeah. To get that, I have to have my birth certificate or my Social Security card. And my ex-wife tells me that she gave me a box that says, important papers do not throw away. And I have no fucking idea where it's at. And that is vexing me.
So between the two, if she said that she gave you that.
She 100% gave it to me.
She gave it to you.
Yeah, 100%. yeah. She 100% gave it to me.
And it probably sat in the backseat of your vehicle.
Yeah. I have
until one of your people put it somewhere.
I have Doom boxes and Doom bags and things everywhere. Like, you see, if you go through that, there's that tub over there. I have Doom Rubbermaids. I fill Rubbermaids full of shit, and then it's like, I think that thing's in there, but I don't want to dig through it, so I'll just put the lid on it and put it on a shelf somewhere. And so I think that's an ADHD trait, I think, is making Doom boxes and Doom bags. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Literally sitting on the floor beside us, there's a fucking Rubbermaid tub that is full of random papers and shit that now looks overwhelming to go through. So why would I go through that when I can just put the lid on it and put it in that closet right there, and then I don't have to look at it again?
Or you could just trash it.
I could go through that, and that's what I'm trying to do right now in this move, because I'm moving into it's not a smaller building, but it's cut up a little different. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to get rid of some shit.
Well,
so,
you're organizing this shit,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So on top of the estate sale, I'm purging tons of stupid papers from 2004. And the other thing is, I have lots of boxes that say to file on them. Shit to file. That's a common label in my place. Shit to file. So I have lots of those. I'm not sure you gave me a valid answer for my question, but you are going to the future.
Yeah, I'm going to the future. I'm going probably to try to figure out health shit and some money.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I would want to go.
Hey, for health shit, you don't have to go to the future. I recently found out you can go to Turkey for medical tourism, they call it. Mm-hmm. So I guess Turkey is one of the most advanced countries in the world in medicine, and you can go there and in a day get scheduled for, a PET scan, a CT scan, all this bullshit, and they book it all before you go there.
It's like a vacation.
They have vacations. Go on vacation and spend a whole day at the hospital getting every test known to man run for like $700 or something like that.
Well, you stay at a 5-star resort that they built.
Right.
Yeah. I've honestly looked in and thought about something like that. Yeah. I want to know. I want to know every single thing that I could possibly know medically that could be fixed.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or give me information to go, you know what, dude? You probably live another 15 years if you quit eating this.
Yeah. And I think they can, through some blood tests and shit, they can type, are there enzymes that your body doesn't make that should be there, or vitamins that it doesn't make, or whatever, and can tell you stop eating celery, motherfucker, or whatever, or start eating canned beets.
There's actually, so one of the companies that we had partnered with as a service created these individual pills. So basically you would do I think you did like a stool sample, blood sample, 2-3 different things that you would send to them. And then they would basically do all these different tests and go, and there was like one lady that had done it that I was talking to, and she figured out that whatever fucking reason, like she loved eating asparagus or green beans, something stupid nut like that. But whatever reason, she had something in her body that fucked with everything else, and she never knew it.
Mm-hmm. If they told you not to eat steak again,
I think I would just not eat steak again. I love steak. Don't get me wrong. Okay. It's one of my favorite foods. But if you told me, you know what, you can get another 20 years and be a lot healthier if you don't eat steak, I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat maybe.
Let's be honest. We're 50. The 20 years at the end are the worst ones anyway.
Yeah, see, but that's what I'm going to go into the future to figure out. Okay. How do we make that last 20 better?
Wait a minute. What if you said, okay, take me 10 years into the future, and you got there and you weren't there? Fuck.
I guess you're on the clock.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I never thought about that. Do
you get to go back and go, can I try 5?
Yeah, can we go for 7.5 maybe? Let's hammer this down. If you can know your day, you want to?
Yeah, no, we talked about that. I thought I did. Uh-huh. But I think you about convinced me. The more I thought about it, that I don't know that I want to know that.
Yeah, I don't. All right, fuck this. We beat this to death. I'm done with your time traveling future ass.
And you're going to see the world.
Yeah, dead guy. Yeah. All right. At least I spent the week with an exploded dead guy.
And just like that.
All right. Have fun.
Later. And just like that, another episode of Two Guys, Two Questions is in the books.
We laughed. We learned. Well, we mostly just laughed.
Yeah, and if you made it this far, congratulations. You now have random knowledge you never asked for.
You're welcome.
Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. Or don't, but just know if you don't, we're bringing back the squeaky toys.
Oh, it's coming back either way.
Until next time, same 2 guys, 2 questions, and absolutely no idea what we're doing.
Perfect.